Jesus
Hi,
Christ.
Jibbo. That happened to me in the Sarlacc pit. Haha! I got here before you. So yeah, that happened to me in the Sarlacc pit too. That level was buggy as fuck. So anyway,
And just as I'm messaging him back now, we've been talking about some recording. Shout out to my boy Sean G. You know who you are if you're listening to these. I'm not gonna straight name drop last names to people,
yeah, especially just in case they don't want to be known.
but just quick shout out to you and an
Eat a
apology that
dick.
I've been disappointing you on the projects we've been working on, not coming up with drawings for you. That's my bad. It's got nothing to do with you. I'm just a horrible person.
It's hard to keep up on stuff. That's why I've
as
been
an
like,
adult in real life. But yeah,
doing
shout out
doing
Sean.
these Let's
I
Plays
see
and
you,
stuff
boo.
has kind of been really disciplining me a lot more to like actually keep up with the project. Because it comes, like I said, what it comes down to is my problem is if I don't feel like I have all of the necessary materials, then I just don't get anything done. I procrastinate so hard.
We have our own,
hate
and that's the
myself
problem
for
too.
it.
Is like I was trying to help him with stuff, but I was also focusing on like our own
I know, because
projects.
that's what I'm
because
hating
I'm
on
so
myself the
deeply
most
into
about
that
it.
shit, and I'm like, I can't let all these things distract me from doing other things too.
You and me have this comic, and I've been such a little bitch about it, like not pulling my fucking weight while you've been like going ape shit.
Bringing
with
it back to Andrew too. Hey Andrew,
That's really not his fault.
I
Like,
know. I was just gonna bust his balls.
I still sort of blame myself for that because like he's been like just wondering. He's been waiting for us more than anything else. Like,
And
I
again,
want to
you
do
know, with
stuff,
that-
but what do
that-
you want me to do? Like,
I can tie that back into my enjoyment of Western and gunslinger type characters and strong women. That's where my whole inspiration from all these characters coming from, is that
yeah,
just badass, fucking independent, but not so independent that she needs to let you know that she's independent. I'm striving so hard to write a woman character realistically.
I know.
You know,
And there's that
because
whole
I
big,
know
there's
that
whole
there-
major
that's
doubt.
a
There's
whole
that.
fucking thing
There's
for
a,
most
it's
writers.
a taboo for men to write women.
I've got women I'm basing her on with little
And we
things
have-
and characters in cinema that I feel still stand as strong feminist characters.
We
or
have lady
whatever.
friends that we
Like-
ask about, like, what do you think about this character? Like, what
Plenty
do you
of
think about
things.
how we write this person? Like, is it
Her-
bad? Is it believable?
You know,
Well.
it's all. I'm not just winging it on this. I'm really trying to make a good character here. I don't want to disappoint any women who could potentially end up getting into her later when we actually get this shit really going.
I mean, that's
I
why
think
I'm
it'll
writing.
help. I hope when I get a new computer that can get some of that drawing tablet shit that Diva's got, and no doubt is probably using over there on the couch. She can't hear me. She's got her headphones in. But yeah, but your laptop's also like pretty close to dead. But because I've been using that new drawing shit on my phone, I'm getting pretty into it. And I want to try it on a larger scale. You know, I would like to be able to make panels on the computer, you know, and actually make really big panels instead. Because I always do in my sketchbooks, and they can only get so big. Because I'm not using massive sketchbooks to draw entire pages.
Okay, this is getting beyond frustrating right now. What the fuck?
I told you this novel's the fucking worst.
I know, I hate it. I hate the
These
boss
dudes don't
fight.
make any sense. They remind me of characters from fucking Infamous.
I know. Yeah, they do, really.
And that's probably not a good thing.
Nope.
Because where I've played
Well, and then
Infamous
also
1
they,
and 2, I
another
can't,
thing
I can't say that those are
Is
great
how
games.
the dude from Infamous looks a lot like...
Yeah,
Star Killer.
yeah, you're right.
Well, because
Oh,
there's... Okay,
damn.
so this...
Oh, damn.
Okay, so video games... Major flaw with character design is
White guy.
normally a grizzled-looking white guy.
You
Messy
could almost
brown
say
hair, shaggy brown
you
hair,
you could say a Norman
and,
Reedus type.
5 o'clock shadow. So, because I do fall back on the Silent Hill franchise to
Yeah,
like
you
point
know,
that out,
you
like
know,
how come
Norman.
it's like, you know,
A very boring Normus Reedus type.
everything from
Normus
Silent
Reedus.
Hill 4 on, all of the protagonists look like the exact same fucking dude.
Yep. wearing the white dude in his
White guy, shaggy brown hair, 5 o'clock shadow.
Sort of, do you not want that thing on the thing
Oh,
back there?
I was gonna come back for it because
Okay.
I'm like, I might need it when I'm fucking these dudes.
I was gonna
up.
say, 'cause it looks like a perk thing and not like a. What's even keeping you together? You don't make any sense.
It's the force. It's keeping them together. God damn it.
Sure. Scavenger skiffs.
Eat a dick.
This guy's about as annoying as Jafar.
I think they're doing all the fighting for me right now. So.
Yeah. Let them fight.
So what was that? Okay, so yeah, and then
Should we
now the modern game look is just been still a white guy, but like, you know, baby faced and has like this shaved head, like this low cut thing going on.
Yeah.
So like, you know, Star Killer
Yeah.
right here. He's a very average looking dude. The only thing that makes him like sort of unique is like his face isn't as basic and average. I don't know. The dude has a very unique look.
It's still
Like,
pretty
he-
like
The guy who plays Star
generic
Killer,
white
like,
guy in a way.
they made him look exactly like the voice actor. So that's
Is this
why
when the
it would've-
game started doing that stuff?
It would have been cool to make like maybe like some sort of like little spin-off movie with him, and then he could play Star Killer. But now the guy who's
Yeah.
voice acting Star Killer is now sort of like a Darth Maul voice actor.
Hmm.
Like he's Darth Maul in I think the 3D Clone Wars
Of course he is.
cartoon. So I don't think
Here's
he
the
cares
thing.
for all that.
Whatever happened to just making a character for a video game and then having a voice actor come in and just give them a voice instead of having to give them their entire look?
See, I don't mind it in some cases, but like, yeah, the whole.
Or like GTA 5. Like GTA 5, I don't mind. Like those guys.
Well, that was
You
the
know.
funny thing was the guy who's Nico isn't even. Not even European. he's,
Well,
just,
yeah.
he's just another white guy who can just do the accent perfectly.
That's what I'm saying. Like I like
Some people would probably
that
call
kinda
it cultural
stuff.
appropriation, but it's white people appropriating white people, so who gives a shit?
Or it's like Nick. That's kind of a good example though, where like there's two versions of ones that I'm okay with. Where Nico was an original character who had an original design, and then they just got a voice actor for it.
Oh, wank.
And then GTA 5, where it's 3 characters and they all look like the voice actors, but I'm okay with that.
I don't hate that.
Yeah,
though.
like with that game, I'm
I
okay
love
with it.
Trevor looking like Stephen Ogg like that, because Stephen Ogg's just
'Cause it just
fucking
kind of
awesome,
fits.
dude.
It
just
fits
like
with their look.
yeah, he's fucking amazing at all that.
But
So
when you do it with every game, though.
so yeah, like the
When you
one of
try
the
to
few
put
times
Willem
that pissed me
Dafoe
off
in a
is,
game.
pissed me off was with Silent Hills, and fucking Norman Reedus was gonna be Norman Reedus, and so and it was like so many people were getting off to that, but it was like the worst people were getting off to that, like.
You fucking Walking Dead fans.
Yeah, exactly. Like that's what a lot of the like
Controversial opinion.
Silent
I
Hill
never
fans
liked Walking
were
Dead.
like, great, are we gonna have Walking Dead fans now coming over to Silent Hill and making that like even more annoying than
And that was
the Silent Hill fan base is the fucking worst. Like, like I love the franchise, but like their fan base is the worst. But so again,
they don't know what they want.
Again, like Star Wars, just like any fan bases just don't know how to let go.
Is that a collectible thing over there?
Over where?
Right there?
Oh.
Right in front of
Yes, it is.
you. Is that the entryway?
Yeah. Because it was out of my peripheral. Yeah. Level up. But
yeah, that's just, it doesn't, just
what is the goddamn point
Just
of
because
lifting that
people
thing up?
like
I don't
an actor-
see-
doesn't mean you gotta put them in everything.
Oh.
And that goes for any form of media and entertainment. Just because someone is getting liked by everybody and a lot of attention doesn't mean you have to cast them in everything.
God damn it.
Well, I like Josh Brolin's Cable, and I also kind of like the Thanos. So, like, as much as I complain about that,
It is.
I'm okay.
Do they not
with
like
that?
break the fourth wall on
Sing
that?
it. No, they do.
Okay.
That's the
well,
thing.
no,
That
that's
damn
all I'm
it,
asking.
Joey told me what the fucking after credit thing was. The fucking sting. That the first time we watched it, we had to leave in a hurry because we had to let you guys in the apartment.
Yeah.
So we just left before it got to that, and then Joey told me what it was. And the thing is, Joey went and saw it the other day, and that day I had woken up like, I actually really want to go see Deadpool again. Like, I feel like because we had to leave in a hurry, I wasn't able to appreciate it at the end as much as I was throughout the rest of the movie. Because actually, like, as I was thinking about shit, I'm like, I like that movie a lot. And like, people have been asking me, where like I've been trying to talk about it, and I can't really get into it because I feel like my initial like enjoyment at the end, because I was like, just like, come on, get the fucking end already so that we can leave. I kind of tampered with my enjoyment overall, so I wanted to see it again, and then Joey told me that he was seeing it again. I was like, fucking goddamn it! I should have told me that you were planning on seeing it again. I would have gone with you.
Yeah.
But he stayed to actually watch The Sting this time, and he told me what it was, and I'm pissed that I didn't go with him.
Oh, what the fuck?
Because it's some pretty fucking funny shit. But I'm not gonna spoil that here. See Deadpool 2. But what the hell are you supposed to do here?
I just didn't
Force
know
it
how to
up?
get the fuck up here. That was my problem.
You could've just jump across from that other?
Oh. That's... God damn it.
God,
That's the solution to everything on this fucking planet. Just electrocute it.
it's gonna teach you how to use electrocution. It's probably what you're supposed to use against some of these enemies, actually. Because I know I use it a lot when I get it, because I've always loved force electricity.
Stop.
I think it's the sound of the guns from just how quiet the TV is right now for us. Like, I keep thinking that I'm hearing, like, the laughing of the fucking Spaniards from fucking Resident Evil 4.
It's the the guns.
So at least I'm not the only one who hears it.
No, I know what you mean.
Just that that's not even a good imitation of it either. No, that was awful. Yeah, I'm not gonna try it again. You know what I mean. You hear it.
Yeah.
Resident Evil 4, just another game we're gonna have to do eventually. Resident Evil 4.
Well, if we can get,
I gotta
do the working version of it. I don't know how many of it.
You know I gotta do it for him. Yeah, because I mean the
What did
current
she
game
even
that
say?
I'm playing,
I ain't paying
I
attention.
don't know if it's even gonna fucking play or not.
Well, because I know you're
Past
having a problem
fucking
on your
Krauser's introduction.
PS4.
PS4.
PS3.
I don't have a
My
PS4.
bad. Who knows? Maybe we'll get a PS4. We'll get it on there, and then see if it
Invite
works.
for another time. Because PS3, this thing is because I was playing it on Steam, and my computer couldn't handle to the point where you see like the Los Plagas
Yeah.
for the first time. And my PS4, I have a couple save games on it, but this is the first time that I've played it, in the Leon police costume. So when it gets to the point where you see Krauser in a scene for the first time, my game just blacks out and freezes and shuts down my fucking system. But I haven't gotten that far yet in my current game, so I'm testing to see if it'll do that again. If it doesn't, then I can continue or like start over and do it on here. And if it does, then I'll just assume that I can only use his original costume or the Mafia costume. Oh,
The
it's
hell, man?
Steam. The Steam.
Well, they're throwing grenades at me,
that too.
fuckers.
So eventually, look forward to GTA 4. So Resident Evil 4.
So many fours.
I love those 4 games though. What's another game with a 4?
Left 4 Dead.
Yeah. Yeah.
Which, whenever we get
That helped.
both of us get new computers.
What the fuck is going on with this middle?
When both of us get new computers,
This
we'll
game
have
is
to capture us
glitchy.
playing that.
Yeah. Yes. Ah, my neck.
Oh my gosh. So yeah, I think we covered like the main stuff I wanted to talk about, Star Wars wise.
I think we veered a little bit, but
there obviously there's a lot more I'm gonna want to talk about because
yeah, I mean Star Wars
such
is
a massive thing. It's
yeah,
like we
it's
got millions of things to say, good and bad.
I
But
mean,
the big thing I
what
wanted
get.
to address is we are not those fans who will like try to chase somebody off social media like that. It's
Don't
just,
endorse that. Don't approve of it.
we keep
Don't
that-
associate with that kind of shit.
we keep that shit to ourselves if we don't like something. And we'll
It's-
talk
it
about it in
doesn't-
person to somebody, but we're not gonna fucking
It doesn't make
harass
sense that you
people
would
online. Like,
just fucking come after someone like that and really just be that shitty of a person over something so
Bye.
trivial.
ooh, you don't
It's like it's a
the character.
goddamn movie. Like it doesn't really matter. Like it's got nothing to do with them. It's got nothing to do with you. What do you get out of just making people feel like shit? Fucking sociopathic fucking sociopaths.
Oops.
No, it's just fucking
Boy,
stupid.
am I quite terrible.
And that's another thing we should disclaim is I never claim to be good at games.
Yeah, I know.
I enjoy gaming. I have a lot of specific favorites that at least
Idiot.
I don't know if you do, but I don't know if you do as much as I do. Just the couple 5 games that I play constantly that I've gotten good at
Yeah.
doesn't mean I'm good
no.
at games.
For me, it's like Left 4 Dead and stuff like that. Like the one on Steam, I put in like over 180 something hours, which is not a lot, I think.
I don't know.
But that also doesn't count all the years we put in playing it on console.
Yeah, things like Resident Evil 4, GTA 4, and all those. Like I've played Resident Evil 4. Fuck knows how many times.
I got both Silent Hill
Like,
2
goddamn.
and 3 that I mostly played through because I've beat those several times. Got
GTA 4
survivings.
I've played multiple times. Just get bored and start a new game. But so yeah, don't ever come in expecting that we're gonna be like massive, like just great at these games and show you
Like-
how to play them. Because that's probably not gonna happen.
Unless I've been playing it for a long time. Like,
Yep.
by the time I had almost beaten this game, I was pretty fucking tight at it. But
How long has it been since you've played this
a
game?
very long time.
Because I've played it fairly recently and I was doing horrible.
God damn it.
And another thing we'll have to get into at some point too is just the thing that I always go on about with my issue with the Star Wars universe is I always like jokingly half and not jokingly side with like, oh, I'm with the Empire, or like I like Palpatine's point of view, just partially because I can see how it irritates people, and I find it funny when people get irritated over trivial shit like that until they start chasing people off fucking social media and
Wait,
shit and
me
harassing
back
them
up.
like a bitch. But
Damn it.
my issue with the dark side has always been that we don't ever really understand their motives enough.
Yeah, other than
You don't
they're kind of
really
like a typical
understand
like, ooh, wanna take
why
over
do
the
they
world.
do what they do. They're just evil to be evil. And I thought about that shit for years, you know, and recently ended up watching like a video essay thing about like the First Order now, specifically, and like what are their ideals and just the
Oh yeah, I saw that being because
vagueness.
since I've been having to use your YouTube
Yeah.
to upload our videos and stuff like that, so I've been seeing all that like what
Yeah,
culture
like, I
and all
always,
those
I always forget what her name is.
The
There's these video
ideals of-
essays that I watched, but
gold lightsaber. See, that's close because gold is technically like orange, but
see that I like yellow.
Orange is okay. So that's something we can talk about. Lightsaber colors, and who I believe we have to thank for that is Samuel L. Jackson himself.
Hell yeah, dude.
Because the whole, I love watching that clip of that whole thing where he's talking
to George Lucas.
Like,
bully. Fuck Jawas.
Fuck them. They started it.
Jawas
They're sitting
and
here zapping
Ewoks.
me in the fucking nuts.
Fuck them. These short people.
See, I don't hate
'em.
Jawas as much as I hate Ewoks. But that's
Jawas are
another
real bastards.
topic for another time. So, yeah.
But yeah, Samuel L. Jackson.
He talking to George Lucas, asking him like, "Hey, who do we see to get our colors?" And then he tells Lucas tells Samuel
they're
like,
blue or green for good guys.
Good guys get blue and green. Red
for bad guys.
Yeah, that's just how it is. And so like, Mr. Jackson's just kind of like, oh, so no purple,
like he would.
and then George Lucas kind of has that look on his face, like, ooh, well.
So this
you might
is happening.
Get purple.
What are those?
I'm like, well, I guess I'm gonna have to bring in another color.
Well, I'm not telling him no.
Yeah, no fucking way.
But that's also, Ray Park is responsible for the
double blade
lightsaber looking the way it does, because originally the hilt was supposed to just be the same length,
yeah,
a
which
regular
is
lightsaber, and then Ray
in
Park came in and was like, "You should extend that because I could use it a lot better with an extended hilt."
Because it's not fucking practical. Like, what the hell? Like,
put 2 crystals in that bitch.
Actually, it's 4 crystals.
4 crystals in that bitch.
Yeah, Darth Maul put a total of 4 crystals in his lightsaber.
Now think about how
I'm
much
a huge
time
lightsaber
meditating
fan.
he had to have done for that.
And with the Sith, they don't just like meditate on it; they meditate in
compressed yellow.
They meditate in the fucking kiln.
Yeah, they
like,
don't fuck around.
He was
Darth Maul
cooking himself at the same time to like hurt himself and put more rage.
Darth Maul does not fuck around, and that's why I like him so much. Is because he's so goddamn intense about.
Oh, I thought I grabbed that. Get off of me!
His shit. And that's why I'm disappointed that he died so quick, but I can't be so mad because Ian McGregor's Obi-Wan is the one who killed him, so if anybody had to have, I'm glad it was him.
Yeah.
Just so long as he stays dead.
Lightsabers are fun, and Samuel L. Jackson most likely single-handedly gave the idea, hey, we should have a lot more colors than just 3.
Right there. Right in the corner of the screen. Down. Yeah.
Oh.
Force talent sphere.
Whatever the fuck that means.
You got more force talent, I think.
Man, I am just so cool. But, and so, yeah.
Purple would be my second choice, though.
Favorite.
Yellow or purple. And that's why I like Plo Koon.
Purple's sort of like my third.
Originally. Like, I was drawn to, like, we were looking up characters with lightsaber colors, and I'm like, who's got a yellow one? Plo Koon's got a yellow one. Plo Koon's a pilot.
And
Plo Koon uses fucking
that is the thing that kind of sucks. Is
force lightning.
You got characters like Plo Koon who are in the movies, but he isn't like shown.
He's one of the few characters that I think they did right in the Force, not for the fucking Clone Wars cartoon or the animated series or whatever, because they showed him as like the military leader with his clone troops and shit.
But it's like you don't see the way he's supposed to be represented.
None of my dudes are getting out of here dead.
In the EU, like, him wielding a yellow lightsaber, like you don't see that in the movies. He's got a blue.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Again, like Mace Windu is the only one who actually has a different color. Like we have Samuel L. Jackson to thank for getting more colors, but it wasn't actually given in the movies. Yeah. It was brought up in the video games. That's when people started really like.
Which I don't even remember my reaction to the purple lightsaber the first time, so I wonder how Lifetime fans must have felt.
It must
have the first time you see it, because the first time you see it is against fucking Dooku's throat, right?
Yeah, that's when you first see
him. It's a pretty fucking badass scene.
Like, because Mace Windu's in the first movie, he just doesn't. He's not doing anything.
He's just like, this boy, maybe. Oh, you got all fucked up?
So, yeah, my favorite color, my go-to color is orange. And then my second, I'm just going to go green. Because, I don't know, I really like the look of green.
Yeah, yellow and purple clash too much, so I wouldn't want to put the two together. But if I had to choose between one or the other,
Well, that's what I
like
mean.
if I had to pick my two that I would choose,
if
as
I
one
was
and then a
if I was a
secondary.
dual wielder, it would probably be. Excuse me.
But of course, I
Probably
also
still
like
green and blue.
I also like red a lot.
Because I am like one of those people who I'm like aesthetic. I don't like to clash colors.
Yeah, I feel like I would need two similar, or two of the same color. You know?
But then you got like that's what sucks about like the lightsaber colors, like black and white existing. Because
that's so fucking dumb, man.
I think it's okay, but at the same time they don't really make sense.
Black is the absence of light. How do you have a lightsaber?
But I hate how it's sort of like the go-to for like the most badass characters.
I hate
these
black
colors,
lightsabers. I really do.
Like that's like the Mandalorian thing now. Is like this Mandalorian lightsaber, but it has a point. It's shaped like a sword.
God, that shit.
It makes no fucking sense to me. But that's like only the ultimate badass like wields this thing, and that's what I hate. That's the one thing I guess I hate about the whole catering to kids thing. Is kids are the ones who want this.
Kids come up with really dumb ideas. We came up with enough of our own.
Yeah, like kids want to have like the most ultimate character, the most badass character ever who can defeat anybody and can't be defeated. That's the way kids think.
Yeah.
So that's why you have. Ooh, I just pissed myself off. So this will be a discussion for later, but right now I'm still talking about lightsabers.
So many discussions for later.
But this is.
You should probably start taking notes.
This is what I want to talk about right now. Is I'm still talking about lightsabers.
Yeah.
I'm trying to remember. I think it was a post that it hurt me so bad reading it. It was like that feel when Darth Revan isn't canon, but helicopter lightsabers are.
God damn it. Son of a bitch. I feel like that fucking Jawa.
Yeah.
You said
That's how I felt.
Oh, God.
That's how my nutsack felt when I read that. I was just like, everything about this statement hurts so much.
Go fuck yourself.
So yeah, the helicopter lightsaber being like, it's a handle that has like this circular thing around it, and two lightsabers come out of it, and it spins. Like you just hold it in place, and it's like.
It was cool when Grievous did it, but even then it was like.
That's because he's mostly machine.
Yeah, that was his hands. He was.
Hey, I don't know what's down there. I don't know if it's death. Okay, this is the part that pissed me off pretty bad playing it, because I was just like annoyed.
He's got a shock the shit out of the shit.
That's what I remember. But it's just getting jumped by the enemies there, and you're just, ugh.
No,
it's the big things.
If you came up with the helicopter lightsaber, fuck you
deserve to be kicked in the balls.
Or if you're a guy who writes for those things and your 5-year-old son came up with the helicopter,
you still need to get kicked in the nuts. It's not your kid's fault. I'm not blaming your kid.
Still fuck
I
you
expect that from a child. I expect that from a child.
I'm glad that your son has an imagination, or daughter. But you, for taking that and running with it, fuck you. This isn't goddamn Axe Cop.
Yeah.
Fuck. And if you are a grown-ass adult who came up with that, fuck you harder.
Like, there's just
what the hell's the matter with you?
There's a difference between, like, that and then, like, you see the... I can't remember her name. I hate how I forget everybody's names when I need to know them.
Cool, but practical.
There's this, the character in this, she was Shakti's apprentice. Not apprentice, Padawan, apprentices, Sith. Well, yeah, she's a good guy, and then she becomes a bad guy. Yeah. But she's got those, like, nightstick lightsabers. Yeah. That is an original, interesting concept. That is cool.
Yeah.
Helicopter, though, bruh. You can eat my ass. Get out of here with that. Die. Yeah, I'm gonna... Aw.